in Black is notably one of Tyler Perry's worst films. Tyler Perry is a fascinating case study. Despite constant critical dismissal, he is one of the most successful filmmakers in America, constantly working with mid-range budgets but managing to gross more than 1 billion. His fan base is one of Hollywood's routinely ignores, chiefly black Christian women, and Perry makes his films with his proud Christian values as the forefront. That critical brush off, while often frustrating, will be back in full force for his latest film, Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black. It's a fully warranted, his first release for Prime Video and the first of a 4 film deal with Amazon is atrocious. Wow, they say it's atrocious. Perry opens Divorce in the Black with one of the most outrageous scenes to date, which is saying a lot given he famously had Medea attack a fast food worker in Medea's Big Happy Family. A preacher, Richard Lawson, delivers a sermon at a funeral of one of the Bertram boys, a family of no good miscreants, according to the minister. But his daughter, Ava, played by Megan Good, is married to one of them, Dallas, played by Corey Hardrick. Things get so ugly that the Bertrams decide to leave the funeral, but they're not leaving without the body. Sending everything into a tailspin, they remove their brother's corpse from the casket and take him home in the back of their truck. It's poorly written, over the top, and Sherlocky, but it's also widely entertaining. Sadly, Divorce in the Black never goes close to this delirious camp again. Yeah, I saw that particular scene. I saw the movie. The movie is it's horrible. I feel like his movies that he started directing, like Family That Prays, and the other one he did, Acrimony with Taraji, those were well did films. I don't know what his movies like Boo and what's the other one he did? The Meet the Browns. You started seeing his stuff started to lack a lot of quality. His quality of his films is bad. I ain't gonna front. And the cool part about it is I look up to Tyler Perry. Like Tyler Perry is doing something that has never been done by a black person in Hollywood. Like he has his own studio. You know what I'm saying? Like he pretty much built his own Hollywood. Like that's never been done. Whoopi, Angela Bassett, Sidney Poitier did. These people ain't never did. They were always just hired actors. This guy started his whole thing on his own. So I really look up to Tyler Perry when it comes to that. But this movie is horrible, man. The opening is mostly a rendering, as Divorce in the Black is really about Megan and Dallas, whose marriage has been struggling. Ava is successful, loving, and supportive, but Dallas is a succubus that toils in misery. At dinner with their friends, he loudly announces he desires for a divorce, which sends Ava into a tailspin. Except Perry never shows Dallas as anything but beneath contempt, so it's hard to get fully on board with Ava's suffering, as it is abundantly clear to everyone watching that Dallas is terrible and that Ava getting divorced is unmistakably a very good thing. Yeah, that part I didn't get either. Like he wanted the divorce, he initiated the divorce, and she was fighting to be with him. But he was such a bad husband before he asked the divorce. It made you wonder what she would think she'd be happy, like, yeah, thank God, like I can get away from this fool. But she was like, no, like she was sad. I'm like, he's been treating you like crap throughout the whole movie. Like, why you should be happy he want to leave you, you know? That's never been Perry's specialty. It's most arrogant movie, Temptation, Confessions of a Marriage Counselor, punished its main character with HIV for having an affair, but in Divorce in Black, is particularly crying out for it. Dallas is a thinly sketchy cartoon villain as constantly raised voices that spits venom. Ava, meanwhile, is a beloved angel transported directly from heaven itself. Perry's script never allows an opportunity for its characters to be anything but symbols of good and evil, and that's all Ava and Dallas end up being. Perry's moral code is frustratingly rigid. If someone goes bad, if someone does bad things, they must be a bad person. There's no room for negotiation or nonsense. It's not only holier than thou. It's also boring writing. Yeah, this movie, it was the writing in this movie. You could tell. I feel like a lot of these movies they lack quality in the writing. That's why people always be like, "Damn, how come Tyler Perry won't just hire on, like just fall back and have writers and stuff write, and he just become a studio exec? You know, be the executive producer behind all these films. You know, with good quality." A story about a woman leaving an abusive relationship and coming to her own requires so much more than Perry is willing to give. While he's best known for his Medea comedies, his forays into sincere drama have yielded impressive results. Good Deeds for Colored Girls and I Can Do Bad All by Myself are among Perry's best works because there's an emotional sincerity and tonal balance to them. But Divorce in the Black whiplashes between the earnest and the ridiculous, creating an uncomfortable mistake mismatch in tone. Perry can seem to decide between being sincere and embracing his Sherlockery fare like a fall from grace or a comedy settled instead of quasi mixture of both. Yeah, yep. Acrimony, I thought was good. Fall from Grace was is the one he did with Netflix. That movie was horrible too. That movie wasn't good either. It's difficult to get no.
Looking for a professional photographer for your next big event? Need video of your special day? Then look no further. For $100 an hour, have a professional photographer or videographer shoot your wedding, birthday party, quinceañera, bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, anniversary party, or whatever your special occasion may be. Highlight your event with professional, crisp photos and video. Check out Charles Arness Photography on Instagram as well as book us for your next event. Must live in the Southern California area.
Worthy performances from characters pigeonholed into a single emotion or trait, but Good gives Eva an impressive dimension. She endues sarcasm and charm, and there's genuine pathos of Ava's strives toward foregoing a new life. Good has been great for a long time, and while she can't save Divorce, her performance is a reminder that she's more worthy of a leading role. Divorce in the Black frustratingly leans into all of Tyler Perry's worst instincts as a filmmaker. The script is frustratingly obvious. You know I'm a straight shooter. Ronnie, played by Tyler Williams, says immediately after shooting straight, as if the audience needs to be spoon-fed the most basic character details. Yeah, but I think that Tyler Perry movies are made for the low common denominator. I don't think it's made for people who are connoisseurs of film. His films are made for a very specific niche in the black community. You know what I'm saying? And mostly I think that niche is women who usually used to watch soap operas back in the day before soap operas went off the air. These are the women who watch Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry picks off from where soap operas left off with his movies because they're ridiculous, full of drama, full of, backstabbing characters. His stuff picks off from where soap operas left off. More stifling is the encroaching melodrama which happens without rhyme or reason. I love melodrama, but it needs a purpose, and it only happens in Divorce in the Black when Perry doesn't have anywhere else to go, flying directly into outrageous in lieu of genuine emotional beats, and outrageousness is precisely where the film goes into the third act, which is predictability toward violence. Okay, yeah. It's frustrating to step back for Perry, who in 2022 released his best film, Jasmine's Blues. I never seen that. I forgot about he did Jasmine's Blues. It was the most visual, artistic picture, whereas Divorce in the Black is flat and unadventurous. It looks like it was made for streaming. That's probably well, it was on Amazon Prime. It looked like a cheap. It looked like a high quality Tubi movie, a little bit higher quality Tubi movie. That's not complimented. It's completely lack of curiosity, visuals, and matched by the plot that goes exactly where you expect it to go, rendering every twist inept because they're telegraphed long before they happen. Yeah, the movie is very predictable. As a filmmaker, Perry has certainly earned thoughtful, critical consideration, which he rarely gets. It's disappointing then that Divorce in the Black is Perry's at the most inactable, torn between multiple torn out ideas. Yeah, it was. It's just that movie. It just wasn't good, man. If y'all haven't seen it, it's on Amazon Prime. Divorce in the Black. If you want to check it out, it just wasn't a good movie. Core Hardrick and Megan Good were good actors, but the story sucked, the direction sucked, the some of the plots were like ridiculous, and he would just pop up, like show up at his friend's house, and just walk in like there was no, it was just, it felt like it was thrown together. It felt like there was no time put into it to make it a good piece of visual art. You know what I'm saying? It didn't I was into it and I was in and out of it. I was watching it, and then about 30 minutes into it, I was like, okay. And I kind of wandered off. Then I came back to it. Yeah, it was horrible. Anyway, if you guys haven't seen it, let me know what y'all think about the movie if you have seen it, though. Check it out on Amazon Prime if you haven't seen it. But if you have, let me know what y'all thought about the movie in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button.